Well, it's a cold day in April, first part of April, and as I have said, I'm trying to get my bike prepped, you know, the 450, turning it into an adventure bike. One thing I have not done yet, and that is check the valves. I bought it, had about 4,000 kilometers on it. It's about 130 hours on it, a little bit more maybe. But I don't know if the valves have ever been checked on it. I'm guessing they have. But I thought before I embark on any longer trips, I want to check those valves out. So that's what we're going to do today. Okay, here we are in the garage. Getting ready to tackle those valves and check the adjustment on them. It's actually not that hard, really, when you consider what it used to be like on some other bikes, XRs and things like that. Basically, I pulled the seat off, I pulled the tank off, which came off real quick due to the, you know, that quick release fuel connection and just a quick pop off the electrical to the fuel pump, and basically just a couple other bolts on the radiators and one in the center. Off it comes, and the seat comes off. I do like the seat arrangement better on the Husky though. One bolt and the seat comes right off. So I don't know how they missed that on the KTM, but okay, got the valve cover off, and no, it's not plastic. I guess I just imagined it was plastic. Never looked at it that closely. It's actually aluminum or magnesium, whatever they call it. And again, it's got that intelligent design. It's not just a simple gasket in there. It's actually a rubber gasket, and something you can just pop right off and then pop back on with a little bit of cleaning. So that's kind of cool. The only other thing you got to remember to take off is that breather valve hose there. And then you've got four pretty simple bolts to pull off. And actually, if you've got your DeWalt or something like that with a 10 millimeter, they come off pretty quick. It's just one in the corner there. You got to work with a wrench, which is kind of dumb. But I'm into speed and using power tools. I don't like wasting my time turning wrenches. So here we go. Here's a look. Look under the hood, so to speak. We've got our valve, our timing chain here, running our valves. Seems fine. Looks good. And you can see the rollers, tops on the valves there. And so now I just got to get in there and check. As you can see here, these clearances right in here, which will require me to find top dead center on the piston and then measure those. Take a look from the other side. Well, I've got the valve cover off and accessing it. It's pretty easy to get to the plug. This is a fairly new plug. And as you can see, it looks like it's burning right. It should be just kind of light brown. But I've got that done just to check that out. I did mostly just pull it out to make it easier to turn the engine over, because I'm trying to get it to top dead center. And top dead center is, there's a little bitty, if you can see that right there, a little dent in the cam, in the valve chain turner there, and I'm having a hard time getting that to turn, even with the plug out. Ooh, so it's not something you could film, I guess, and do in one hand at the same time. So, but anyways, you can see, oh, there it is right there, okay. So we want that to be right up on top. And easiest way to do that is just put the wheel in gear, back wheel in gear, and move the back tire. So I'm gonna just get that, a little bit past. Okay, lined up with the top right here. So it should be top dead center there. And I can confirm that just by putting something down the spark plug hole and just checking that it is actually at top dead center. So now I'm going to measure my valves, and the exhaust should be 12 to 17, and good 15 is kind of in the middle there, and then the intake should be 10 to 15. So looking for something probably in the middle or in between those two. So yeah, here we have our feeler gauges. You can see the various sizes from 0.08 to 11, 13, 14, 16, It doesn't give me anything in between, but you can add them together to get different numbers. And I'm just going to see if I can get those in there and see what my clearances are. Okay, so I'm supposed to have in my exhaust 12 to 17. What I have here is, it's really 0, 0, 7 and 8, so you can see it's quite below that. Intake's supposed to be 10 to 15, and I've got 6 and 8 here. So just the left and the right. There's 4 valves. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to buy some shims, some thinner shims to put in there. So not a big deal, but I do need to order them. This will run great. For right now, there's a little bit of play in there. It's not a problem, but it's not the optimal play. So basically what I'm going to be doing is putting it all back together again. Then I got to get online and order some shims for it, or check with my local shop, see if they've got any. So there we are.